Hey everybody, welcome back. Today I'm going to be exploring something completely new to me, and that is GMRS radio. Today we're taking a look at the TIDRADIO GM5R GMRS radio. Now, as we've said in the past, one of the most important things you can get going is some form of communications for you, your loved ones, maybe your neighborhood, whatever. In the event of an emergency or disaster, communications can be out for a good long time. And with something like this, you can communicate with other people a little bit longer than, say, your average CB radio or something like that. Now, GMRS stands for General Mobile Radio Service. Okay, it is a licensed FCC service, so you do need a license to operate these. Now, with the advent of all these FRS radios, some are on the same frequencies as GMRS, a lot of people kind of have gone the other way on it and not done that. However, the license is ridiculously simple to get. You simply go online to the FCC, pay $70, and bam, you get a license and a call sign. So if you're interested in using a service like this for your family to communicate, there's another added benefit to it. You and your immediate family can all use the same call sign. Now, some people choose to identify as, Unit 1, whatever their license is, Unit 2, whatever the license is. But as a general rule, it covers your whole family with a license. Now, I literally got mine yesterday. I printed it on my printer. I'll show you. They email it to you now. They don't send it to you. I'm going to cover up my name, but I literally got mine yesterday. Okay? So I have a lot to learn. Now, being a ham, I'm already pretty well versed on radios and how to program them and all that. So I'm not starting at square one, but I do have a lot to learn about the service. Now, I know, or at least I think, we still have a GMRS repeater locally here in town, run by one of my friends, and I believe it's still active. He'll probably chime in on the video underneath in the comments if it isn't, or just to tell me it is. I think he watches my channel. And that's kind of cool to know that, but I also want to use this for when I travel into, say, Vegas or something. I can put all the GMRS repeaters in there, and I want to see how active it is. So this is going to be something that we both discover together, because I haven't even transmitted on this radio yet. I'll be very honest with you. This is a first look at it, an unboxing sort of review from what I've learned about it, and I have programmed it, and it will use chirp, but you need the latest version. I tried to find the actual, because they say, oh, it doesn't recognize chirp. And then I went looking, and I'm looking for the TIDRADIO software. It's nowhere out there. So, trust me, use chirp. Now, here's the neat thing about this. It doesn't work with the chirp that you think it does. It doesn't work on the TIDRADIO settings. You will use the Radio Oddity UV5G setting in chirp. That's the radio you want it, because it's the exact same radio. And let's face it, it sure does look a whole lot like a Baofeng radio, right? Even does the same talking when you turn it on, okay? This thing does have a bunch of similar settings, does have a bunch of memories for your local repeaters. I'm going to be putting in later a bunch of Vegas repeaters. I already put the local one in here. I haven't even tried it yet. I've never once even used my call sign yet. So I am very excited to kind of get started in this different kind of radio services, and that's why I don't discount radio services in general, because they all kind of tend to bring people in to want more, and the next thing you know, they want to become a ham. CB got me into ham radio. I had a big old base station, big antenna, Antron 99, talking all over where I lived in California, but then I realized I'm kind of limited to what I can do. And I started reading about ham radio and using computers and packet and all this other stuff. And I was like, I was hooked immediately. And I had to become a ham. So I don't discount it. And it also is another form of communications in emergency or disaster. Something like this can get you talking around your neighborhood pretty well if you need it. So let's get into the radio itself. It's got 128 channels. It has 30 fixed GMRS channels, 22 two-way channels, and 8 GMRS repeater channels. Now, those repeater channels in chirp are programmable, and I have put a few in. I'm going to be putting some more in. Like I said, I didn't want to do the review until I could actually use the radio, so I just got my license. Now, being that this looks like a Baofeng, you can use pretty much all Baofeng accessories with it, and that's cool. If you already have a UV5R, you can use the mic, you can use your charger, anything. I'll give you a quick example here. Here's a smaller battery, the little Baofeng batteries. If you want to take this bigger battery out, and it does come with the big battery, which is nice, and you want a little bit of a smaller package, you can use that. And there you go, and you got a nice little compact kind of radio. So it does work that way. It is kind of handy. It does work with the same programming cable. I have my programming cable over here. Okay, and this is the one I used to program my Baofeng ages ago. Still works with this. I did notice something neat on this battery. Now this battery is a rather large battery. It is a 3800 milliamp hour extended battery. It does have a plug up there. I believe that is for charging. However, no charger came with this radio. Let me show you what's in the box itself. You're going to get a charging base. You're going to get a charger, okay? And you're going to get a clip, which I haven't even put on yet. You can tell I'm brand new to this radio. Lanyard, okay? And one of these little earbud microphone type thingies. I doubt I'd use this. I actually have a handheld mic for my UV5R that I'd probably use for this as well if I was going to get serious about it. Now, an interesting feature on this antenna does come off, but you're going to need a tool to get it off. I believe they do that because GMRS regulations permit the use of external antennas. However, these radios also have access to the low power FRS frequencies, and in order to stay compliant with the FCC regs, the antenna has to be fixed. However, you'll notice there's a little nut there, okay? And this is one I just found in my tools. I didn't have it. You just undo that nut a little bit, and it unscrews. Now, another heads up. That's a different connector than what you normally get. Normally, this is the connector you find in here, and the male is on the antenna. So let's say we want to use this long Abri antenna. Well, not going to work. So you're going to have to find a way to either find an adapter from male to female, or you're going to have to find an antenna that is specially for this. And I do intend to kind of upgrade this this radio here with a little bit of a better antenna. I'll see how this one works for now. You know, it may work perfectly fine for my purposes. Remember, now that I have my GMRS license, I can start, you know, I figured it was a waste of time to review these beforehand because I didn't have a license, couldn't really use them to their full potential. Now that I had that, I can actually review these and start kind of looking at them and seeing what's out there for them. And I can also have fun with it because, heck, it's radio. It's fun. So those are your accessories it comes with. You get the little microphone as well. Now, another thing, too, if you have one of these, and being that we're more of a preparedness-focused channel, I would recommend that you get a charger. Now, I bought this. This is some random no-name charger on Amazon. I bought this for my Baofeng because it's got USB plug. I can charge this off a power station, I can charge this off a cell phone charger brick, whatever, and I can keep going. I do have extra batteries because I have the Baofeng, so that's kind of cool, and as we discovered, that does fit it perfectly, so you'll have no problem with that whatsoever. So let me get into a little bit about the radio, okay? The radio itself has 128 channels. It's got a NOAA function in it. The battery life, they say, exceeds 8 hours. Now, from using my Baofeng UV5R with this battery, this type of battery, I can tell you easily 8 hours. No problem at all. It does have a NOAA alert. It does have box, 9 squelch levels, dual band receive and dual watch. So you can set it up to do dual watch, or you can set it up just for one frequency. The menu is very, very similar to the UV5R. If you've programmed any of these radios, you will figure out how to do it. Very, very simple. Very simple to use. Same, all the same. Your transmit DCS, your transmit CTCS, voice for what you want. You know, so it's very, very simple to use. It's almost identical to a UV5R. Let me turn it back on here real quick. Let me show you the light. It does have a light. A little emergency. Not a great, huge light, but let's face it, having a little tiny light on a radio you might be using in an emergency, pretty handy. You do have FM radio.
Also renewed in
Let me let you listen to the sound.
the importance of local collective
All in all,
action.
pretty nice sounding radio
We need a local
for such a
sense of
tiny
shared
speaker.
sacrifice and shared community.
But you do have that. You also have an alert. Now, those of you with headphones on, get ready. Let me turn that off. There we go. So it does have an alert feature if you get lost or hurt or whatever. You know, not too bad. You do have your A and B buttons here, so you can switch back and forth. And pretty much you can program from the keypad, or you can go in and out of memory if you want.
Frequency mode.
Now, I would not transmit on any of these because I think this is locked to just GMRS frequencies. So you can go into the BFO mode and switch things around a little if you want. Kind of handy to have it there. You can use that for maybe listening to ham radio. I wouldn't transmit because I don't know that this radio is set up for it. I know that one of the concerns I had was when you're listening to the NOAA weather radio, would you get, accidentally transmit on it? And it won't let you transmit on that either. And again, in Chirp, all this stuff is programmable. This is going to be strictly a GMRS radio. I've got tons of handhelds. I don't need to mess around and try to turn it into a 2-meter 440 radio as well. So that's kind of where I'm at with that. It's probably going to live in memory mode with the GMRS channels in it.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
All in all, pretty neat little system. So, what my uses are going to be for it, again, is going to be possibly setting up a little GMRS group in town, maybe just simplex kind of thing. I do want to get a mobile rig in the vehicle once I get this kind of figured out. I do have more programming to do, so like I said, this is a preliminary kind of walk around, kick the tires and look at it type deal. I am going to be doing more on this radio once I get it programmed and once I find some repeaters. Might even just make a trip over the hill to Vegas just to test it out on some of the GMRS repeaters and see what I can see if I can talk to anybody. But I'm definitely happy to get it. I'm really excited about getting my license for GMRS. It's just another tool in your toolbox. Now, the price on these, they're a little bit more expensive than the UV5Rs. We all remember the days of $20 UV5Rs back when they first came out. They were like $18, $19, $20 on special, maybe $25 normally. All right, the price on this thing is going to be $59.99. Now hold on, because I have a code for you guys. All right, the coupon code will be down below. You can save 40% with that coupon. That comes out to be about $38, $39. Really a good deal if you're interested. Now this is FCC type approved for GMRS use. It does have a number, I believe, and you can even look at it online. I believe it's on the back here too as well. There's your FCC ID. Okay, so this is type approved for GMRS use. Yeah, you can use your Baofeng on GMRS. Yeah, you can use a bunch of other different types of mobile radios on GMRS. That's not the point. The point is this is actually approved for it and legal to use on those frequencies. So that's what it's going to be. That's what I'm going to use it for. I may do an external antenna outside of my house. Put a big mobile rig in with GMRS. I don't know yet. This is really just my first steps in it. And I want to bring you guys along in case you're interested in it and kind of learn about it with me. I can show you guys how the thing works. I can show you maybe some activity, how I have things set up. And I think it's kind of handy. A lot of off-roaders use GMRS radio. And we do have a lot of that out here, up in the mountains, this way from my house, up on Mount Charleston. There are so many off-roaders up there. Once the weather gets nice, they're all up there riding around in their quads or side-by-sides. And it's kind of handy to have something like this in your vehicle in case something happens. Now, another neat feature about this, and I tried this out on my meter. It does about 500 milliwatts on low, about 4.91 on high. That's according to what the FCC says too, and I got about the same thing, so I'm pretty good on that. Basically, I consider it to be a decent real 5-watt radio. And to be honest with you, a lot of the blister pack radios you'll buy in Walmart or Target aren't 5 watts. If you test them out, you'll see. Nowhere near 5 watts, even the ones that are rated for GMRS. Now, let me get you a little weather band action here, because the weather band is in the memories. All right, here we go, channel 18.
In the afternoon. Tonight, mostly clear. Lows 43.
Now, I gotta say, for what it's doing, our weather station out here isn't the strongest one in the world. Our NOAA frequency really isn't the strongest one in the world out here. And with a little tiny antenna and a handheld, you may not always hear it too well. There's a little white noise popcorn on the signal, but all in all, that's a pretty decent reception for this radio. So expect to see a lot more videos on GMRS radios and this radio in general. I intend to kind of set this up more as a preparedness survival radio for, off-roading or going out into the desert or when I go up to the mountains to shoot. Definitely going to set that up, something like that. I really enjoy the fact that, I have a new radio hobby to explore, or a kind of a sub-hobby. And I will definitely be doing some more videos on this. Now remember, when you want to program this, it will work with Chirp, but you have to use that radio out of the UV5G setting. That is the same radio as this, and it will take everything in and be able to do it. So anyway, that's the video. This is the TIDRADIO GM 5R GMRS radio. Neat little handy radio. Feels really good in your hand. And don't forget, we've got that code down below so you can save 40% on this if you want to try it out and get started with it. And again, the license, you go on the FCC, the website, log in, you get a ULS or whatever number you'll need for GMRS. I have a ULS number because I'm a ham too. I don't know if they require that for other services, but regardless, you go on the FCC's website, you log in, you look for General Mobile Radio, okay, and that is code ZA. It's ZA, like Zebra Alpha. Don't know why it's coded ZA, but that's what it is. You pay your $70, you wait 2 or 3 days, next thing you know, you're going to get an email from the FCC saying, hey, your license is attached, print it out. And that's all you got to do. So for those of you not interested in ham, not interested in the studying and dealing with all that stuff, if it doesn't do it for you, this is definitely another option to get a little bit further out there. Anyway, folks, I thank you for watching. The link will be down below along with the discount code. I'm not even going to try to read it on here because people will hear it wrong and go, oh, you didn't give me the right discount code. It's in the description down below. Just copy and paste. 40% off on the radio. Don't forget also, we have our Amazon affiliate store. This is in my store. If you're interested in checking out some of the things that we've used in the channel, you'll find it all in there. A lot of the stuff, anything that isn't in that store, I will put a link directly to. But it's kind of handy to have check out the store and see what's in there and see if there's anything that you like. Maybe old reviews of things I've done, whatever. Underneath that is a freeze-dried wholesalers link. Don't forget to check that link out. You'll save 15% on that. And if there was ever a time to start stocking up on food, it is now, okay? You can get any kind of freeze-dried food you want, and I mean from ground hamburger to chicken in any kind of style you want, raw, pulled chicken cooked, whatever, filet mignons, roast beef, vegetables and potatoes, all freeze-dried, really, really good stuff, very healthy, no added salt or junk in it. So check them out now. Freeze-dried wholesalers, link down below saves you 15%. Below that, we have our My Patriot supply link. That's preparewithiridium.com. Preparewithiridium.com. We're running a really cool special this month. 4-week emergency kit, $50 off. So if you want 4 weeks of food that fast, order it and have it delivered. They are running a little bit behind because people are ordering a lot, but you'll still get it very quickly.